Thanks for joining Architecture's session at the 2025 Discovery Conference. We are lucky enough to have announced our partnership with TrueStage in early 2025. So we're super excited about that. This is our first time attending the Discovery Conference. By way of introduction, my name is Kyle Capsalis. I am the partner director here. So again, working very closely with the team over at TrueStage. I'll also be joined by Judith Bernhold today, Head of Customer Success. The plan for today is just give you some insight into a little bit more about architecture, hopefully put some use cases out there that will resonate with you all and showcase how we're working with credit unions today with a live demo aspect to it as well. We were founded in 2012 based out of Portland, Maine. And as post-COVID has hit, we have a bunch of remote workers as well, upwards of 80 plus employees today. And we are working with over 40 plus credit unions across the US. And that can range anywhere from Maine to Hawaii and everything in between. But what we're going to focus on today is a little bit more about what we now call our Arcalytics product. And that is our cloud solution for data analytics, reporting, and continually working with credit unions to, whether it be from an executive level or whether it be from a day-to-day user, make sure that they have all the information that they need that may currently be in silos. With the limited amount of time I had today, I figured how can I put a visual together around what it is that we do with Arcalytics. So you'll see some familiar names here on the left if you focus your eyes that way, and then we'll move to the right. So what we're doing is working with your core banking solutions as well as any potential ancillary services to not only pull that data and cleanse the data to make sure it's accurate, up to date, and relevant for what you may be looking for. We're moving that into a single source of truth. And that is the cloud portion of what I mentioned earlier in the discussion. And why that's important to you is now that's your centralized home base for continually having that information at your fingertips. Once we've done that, we are now moving that into visualization tools such as dashboards, reporting aspects, extracts, you name it. Every credit union that we do work with has a bit of a unique touch to it. And I don't think there's two credit unions that are the same. We continually run into, whether it be from a technology standpoint or maybe even, let's say, an initiative standpoint, everyone that we work with is very unique, which I think speaks to not only the product, but the teams that we're working with to try to make those initiatives upfront. And what we tried to do here was give you a couple of use cases that, again, might resonate and things that you would find relevant through your experience with Arcalytics. First use case being growth via new members. Second one, and this is the majority of where we'll spend some time today, growing within your existing member base. Third being probably one of the more talked about areas and areas of interest, predictive analytics, and always the AI conversation. But really what we want to leave you with is hearing some of these examples and seeing it for yourself is the flexibility to not only build and customize this, but really make it your own. I tend to have a lot of conversations with executives and customers that we're working with today. And there's a wide range of initiatives of where you might be trying to grow within your existing member base today. But we'll try to showcase a couple of those examples for you, again, that will pique some interest of why we should start a conversation.
Hi, I'm Judith Bernholk, Head of Customer Success here at Architecture. At this point, you've learned how we take all of the data from a credit union's disparate systems and we put it in one platform. And that platform powers dashboards that will help your credit unions get work done in their flow. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. Here, we've got our pre-built member at a glance dashboard. Now, many credit union organizations have call centers where people are having to switch screens constantly when a member comes up to them to understand what products they have, what products they don't, and what they could potentially recommend. Now, this could be in a call center, but it could also be in a branch. This member at a glance dashboard gives you a good understanding of a customer when they started their relationship, the products that they have, the services, any recent transactions, as well as very important information driven off of our Analytics Edge predictive analytics models that show us their likelihood to attrit, which in this case is very low, and the best products to recommend, as well as their overall member segment. This saves our customers so much time to better service their members rather than switching to 8 different screens in order to better understand them and better partner with them. So this is just one example of how bringing all of your data together in one place can be really impactful for an organization. Another key use case that we tackle here at Arcalytics is expanding the member wallet share. So many organizations are trying to find how they can better target their current members and expand their wallet share within those accounts. So in this case, I want to better understand which of my members has an indirect auto loan, perhaps, but they do not have a credit card with us. I know it's a huge priority for organizations to better understand their indirect memberships. And a lot of times, pulling this data of what a member has and does not have can take so much time, hours, in fact, sometimes days, or land in a queue. And then you never really are able to reach out to those members and get that information. So here I'm able to see that 21,000 individuals have an indirect auto loan with us, but they don't have a credit card with us or a debit card. I can take a look at how old these members might be. I can take a look at how long they've been with the institution. I can see where they're located geographically. And if I want to use this for a marketing campaign, I can pop over into the detail tab here. I can literally download this information and run a campaign so I can see how I can get some of these indirect members to actually engage with us and get a credit card or debit card. This is the power of being able to put all of this data at your fingertips so you're able to better target and better manage to your member base. And finally, I want to share one of our most popular dashboards that really works as a Power Query tool. This has been a godsend for data analytics teams forced to answer ad hoc questions like, how many loans did we open up last month, rather than diving into the complex problems in their data and doing more proactive work. So here you'll see something that looks rather simple. It's tallying all of the loans across the top. But what's really powerful here is we're allowing self-service so that end users can A, get curious about their data, and B, allow those data analytics teams to focus where they should be rather than answering and spending so much time working on these ad hoc requests. So you can see I can quickly say, hey, I want to filter down this data to loan open date, and I want to understand how many loans did we open up last month. So I'll go ahead and do that, and you'll see the callouts filter down up at the top. But say I want to break that down a little bit more. I want to see at what branches those loans were opened. So I'll jump into branch current, and I'll see all of the branches where those loans reside. And if I'm curious, hey, are any of those loans already delinquent? Now, this is DEMI data, so just a caveat that we might not see anything here. But you can go in here and you can say, hey, I want to see what number of those are already delinquent. In this case, they were just open last month, and so there's no delinquencies yet, but it is something that you can follow up on. Something that would have been a ticket in a queue for a data analyst to pull that data is now at the tip of all business users' fingertips so they can understand their data a little bit better, and they can better target these members that recently opened up a loan or just do their reporting without having to bog down more technical members of the team. That's the power of Arcalytics, is we're able to put all of this data at your fingertips so you can make data-driven decisions and ultimately better serve your member. Thanks so much.
We are excited to introduce to you ArcIQ, your enterprise AI data analyst, powered by the Arcalytics platform. So I'm going to start by asking a very simple question. How many members I have? And this is a progress bar that just has popped up. Then it's been sent to the analyst agent who says, hey, I'm thinking about your question. Then I'm generating SQL. And then there's a few parts to this answer. There's the interpretation of the question. So how it actually understood your question. And then this is the results that generated based on that question. And then it also will include the generated SQL to answer, to get the data for that question. Let's try doing another one. Give me a list of the top 100 members with the highest share balances. So again, it's the same flow. It has sent the question. It is thinking about the question, and then we're getting an answer.